Hello and welcome to the Vibrant Health Show. Today we're going to be talking about holistic secrets to vibrant hair, skin, and nails. Questions I get all the time about what can I do to stop my hair from falling out, to get better quality of hair, to make sure my skin isn't aging too quickly, my nails aren't breaking. So I'm going to share with you guys all my favorite ways to get holistic, vibrant hair, skin, and nails. So I have my comments open. If you have questions as we go, feel free to ask them. I'll try and answer as many as I can, but I'll also come back if you're on the replay and look at questions when we get done. So go ahead and ask them whether you're on the replay or on the live. So let's get to it. How do you get vibrant hair, skin, and nails at any age? Here are the top things that I recommend you do. I'm going to make them really practical. Lifestyle, food, supplements you can add, what you can do to get started right away. So the first thing I need you to understand about any external representation, whether it's your skin, whether it's your hair, whether it's your nails, whether it's your eyes, if they're looking kind of yellowish or red, whether it's your teeth, if they're yellowing, any external presentation is a reflection of your internal environment. Every time, all the time, hands down. So if you want better hair, better skin, better nails, better teeth, whatever it is, taking care of your internal environment is the way to do that. So I'm going to teach you really simple and practical things we can do to start having a healthier inside so we can have a more vibrant outside. So let's get started. Number one, we're going to go over some of the top vitamins that are required to make healthy hair, skin, and nails. And then I'm going to teach you where you can get those through different foods, how we can make a vibrant health smoothie or salad that really helps that you should be consuming every single day. So we'll go through food sources. We'll talk about lifestyle changes you can make. We're going to dive into it all. But the first thing I want you to think when you think hair, skin, and nails, it's the first chunk of the alphabet. You need A, B, C, D, E, and F. Those are the vitamins and nutrients you need, whether you're getting them from food or from supplementation. Those are the core vitamins that are going to help make healthy, strong hair, skin, and nails. So we need vitamin A, vitamin B, all of them, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, and then F, I call ferritin, which is your iron. We need healthy iron and ferritin stores to be able to make healthy hair, skin, and nails. So those are the foods we're going to focus on, places you can find those easily. And I'll recommend some of my favorite places to get supplementation for those if you don't feel like you're getting enough of them from your food. But remember, those are the things you need to be able to make healthy hair, skin, and nails. First thing we're going to go through is, in addition to those vitamins, there are 3 specific types or groups of food that we also want to make sure that we're consuming in enough quantity to help us have the building blocks to also make healthy hair, skin, and nails. The first food group is adequate amounts of protein. Protein give us amino acids that are the building blocks for things like keratin, beta carotene, things that will help actually physically make new hair, stop the breakage of hair, help you grow new healthy skin cells. We need protein, and we need adequate amounts of protein and the amino acids that come with it. And most women that I speak with are not eating enough protein. So the first thing I want you to reflect on is, are you getting adequate amounts of protein to even have enough of the building blocks you need to make healthy hair, skin, and nails? And most of you, the answer is no. A general rule of thumb, if you look up how much protein someone should eat in a day, on the low end, most of the recommended dietitian websites and things that I don't always agree with say protein should be at least 20% of the foods that you consume in a day. So that's on the low end. So you at least need to be consuming 20% of your calories from protein, which even that, a lot of you probably aren't hitting. I prefer even more than that. Women require good protein for energy. We're looking at 80 to 100 grams of protein per day to make sure you're getting enough to really fuel your body and then have enough left over to really work on the external stuff. Because another thing that your body's going to do is, if you only give it the minimum requirements of nutrients and protein and amino acids, it's going to use it all up first for internal function, right? For healing, for digestion, for energy production. That goes first. The external, the hair, the skin, the nails, they get whatever's left over. So if you're not getting enough to not only meet minimum requirements, you're certainly not getting enough to glow vibrantly on the outside. So So we want to make sure that we're really getting an abundance of these things, 80 to 100 grams of protein per day for most women. Now, based on your weight and your size, that can fluctuate a little bit, but that's a good goal to start thinking, am I even getting anywhere near that? And if the answer is no, great place to start, good adequate proteins. The second, lots of healthy fats. Fats are imperative to help you be hydrated on the inside and the outside, to help with quality of hair. If your main issue is hair breakage or lackluster, or you feel like it's really dull, you're missing a lot of those beautiful fats that really help give back that shine and that texture, smoothing of our skin. Fats also help produce more elasticity in the skin, right? We all want that elasticity so we age slower. Good, healthy fats are another big piece of that. I'm going to go over several great options on how you can add fats in, but making sure every day you're thinking, am I getting enough protein? Am I getting enough fats? And the third one, am I getting enough foods rich in antioxidants? Antioxidants are anti-aging. They reduce inflammation from the inside out. Inflammation will accelerate your aging dramatically. So if we can keep that oxidation, that inflammation down in the body, antioxidants are wonderful for that. Plus, they're also helpful in new cell growth, which is really exciting as well. So we want to make sure we're getting proteins, we're getting lots of healthy fats, and we're getting abundance of antioxidants in every day, right? That's not, hey, I did this cool thing for 3 or 4 days and I had a bunch of stuff, and then I went back to eating a deficient meal plan like I was used to. These should be things you're thinking about every single day. So we're really building up that extra energy and that extra building blocks so that we can see the external benefit of that. So let's go over it. We know we need A, B, C, D, E, and F. And we know we need proteins, fats, and antioxidants. I'm going to go through a list. Now, listen, this list is very minimal because I want to make it easy for you guys to just implement right away. You can go and Google, foods that are rich in antioxidants, foods that are rich in healthy fats, and get huge lists to help you make more options. I'm not going to go that detailed today. I want practical things you can do immediately. So I picked a few of my favorites and things that I know are easy for me to either throw in a smoothie or make a salad out of. That way I'm consuming most of these every single day, right? Consistency counts every single day. So here's my list, and I'll tell you what's in them that I like. I'm going to check in on comments real quick. Hey, everybody. Okay, so first one is, if we want, let's start with, okay, so let's say we're going to make a smoothie. What things can we put in there to be our anti-aging morning smoothie? Number one, we're starting with a good high quality protein powder. Now, I recommend 2 different types of protein powder. I know there's tons out there, but the ones that we use the most often, I really like the Ancient Nutrition's bone broth protein. Bone broth is also great for collagen and elastin and things for your skin as well. So that's a great way to make sure you're getting some protein in your day, a good scoop of bone broth protein. Or if you're a vegetarian or vegan, we also recommend pumpkin seed protein, which is another one I'm going to share with you. Pumpkin seeds are so good for lots of the nutrients and vitamins we're talking about. So the first thing that should be added to your anti-aging smoothie or salad is some form of protein. In a smoothie, it's easy to do a protein powder. If it's a salad, making sure you're choosing a lean meat or a healthy fatty fish. We'll get to that in a second. But there should always be a base of a healthy source of protein. Emphasis on the word healthy, right? Not just prepackaged crappy protein sources, healthy protein sources. So we start with proteins. Then we want to add things that are rich in vitamins and nutrients. So one of the things I do a lot in both a salad and a smoothie is I add sweet potatoes. So vitamin A is one of the things that really help with skin, especially if you have blemishes, if you have acne, if you have scarring, if you have skin that's very red. Vitamin A is so healing for all of those. And sweet potatoes have things that help your natural production of vitamin A. So I'll put chunks of frozen sweet potato in my smoothie. It's delicious. There's not a strong flavor. It makes a really good texture. It's amazing. So I'll put that in my smoothie, or I pre-make sweet potatoes at the beginning of the week and cut them up so I can throw them in a salad, or I can throw them in a stir fry. I just have them ready to go. So adding sweet potatoes, you're going to get lots of that vitamin A. You're going to get lots of biotin, and there's all the things that come and can be made from sweet potatoes, but that's a really healthy food you can add. And then you want to add some type of nut or seed. So whether you're putting it in a smoothie or in a salad, the healthy fats, you're getting protein from those nuts and seeds, you're getting lots of vitamin E, which is great for skin. I prefer nuts that have multiple benefits. So pumpkin nuts and seeds. Pumpkin seeds are one of my favorite. Brazil nuts, because of the selenium that also help thyroid function, which also helps hair, skin, and nails. So Brazil nuts is another great one. And then flax seeds, my third favorite, because it has lots of the good omegas, healthy fats, plus some protein. So pumpkin seeds, Brazil nuts, or flax seeds are going in almost every one of my smoothies or salads. So I'm getting that extra good fat, lots of protein, and all the benefits from those nuts and seeds as well. So try adding those. The next is a fan favorite. If you're looking for healthy fat sources, you're not going to find a source much better than avocado. Avocado is not only chock full of your healthy fats, but it has vitamins A and C and E and lots of other benefits for internal and external benefit. You can put it in your smoothie, cut it up in your salad. You can eat it with a fork with a little bit of Celtic sea salt on top. I don't care how you get it. It's good for you for those healthy fats, and definitely lots of building blocks for our hair, skin, and nails. Next, we all need B vitamins and all of the spectrum of B vitamins. And the best source of B vitamins, there's two. The one that you'll probably use the most often are your leafy greens, right? So kale, spinach, chard, anything that has beet. I love using the beetroot ends, like the leaves of the beet, that has tons of B vitamins in them. They're so good for you. Any of those leafy greens, adding it to a smoothie, or if you're making a salad, branch out. Don't just use lettuce. Add some varieties of leafy greens to get more of those B vitamins. So good for you. And then the second source of the best B vitamins is organ meats, which not everyone loves to eat. You can get them frozen and put them in a smoothie, and you really don't taste them much. But if you're someone, I don't love it, right? I'm probably not going to eat it that way. So that is what I prefer to get in a capsule form. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but your leafy greens and your organ meats are going to be your best quality sources for B vitamins. And then lastly, you want to add some berries full of vitamin C, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. We got to get something that has all of our vitamins in it. Berries are great for vitamin C, and they're chock full of antioxidants. So adding those to a smoothie or a salad every single day, and change them up, right? Try different colors of berries, different variety of berries, get a good wide variety of nutrients, because we benefit the best if we're eating lots of different sources of foods, not always the exact same thing. But everything I just went over, those are simple to find. They're probably things you already eat, but just really committing to eating more of them daily and making sure that once a day at least you are making a smoothie or a salad that is chock full of all of those great foods. So we talked about healthy protein sources, talked about sweet potatoes, we talked about avocados, we talked about nuts and seeds, organ meats, leafy greens, and berries. That is my top list of, if you want really good skin, if you want healthy hair, if you want nails that don't break, eat a whole lot more of those foods, making sure that every day you're focusing on protein, healthy fats, and antioxidant-rich foods for your hair, skin, and nails. So that was the caramel bone broth is delicious, Charity. Absolutely. Okay, so that's my simple food recommendations. Now let's move on to some other things that we can do. I have lots of notes because I know we have lots of things to cover today. What other things can you do other than just food? So let's talk about supplementation. There are a lot. If you Google like hair, skin, and nail supplements, there are so many things that will pop up. Most of them complete crap, right? A lot of people are kind of on the collagen bandwagon. I do like collagen. It just is hard to find a really good source. Bone broth is a great source. You can find some collagen peptides. There are a few good brands out there, but it is something you have to be pretty careful to find one that has the right ingredients in it. But collagen is beneficial. But if you look at majority of, and I have people send them to me all the time, hey, what do you think of this supplement? It is very similar to what I say about a multivitamin. If you find a hair, skin, and nail supplement and you flip it over and read the ingredients, you are almost always going to find the synthetic versions of your vitamins and not the true versions. The way you can identify that immediately is if you flip over a vitamin and it has folic acid in it and not folate. So if the label says folic acid anywhere on your vitamin, for me, that's an immediate throw in the garbage. I'm not taking it. I know that they're choosing synthetic vitamins and not my true vitamins. So number one, most of them are full of synthetics and not true vitamins that you're even absorbing anyways. And then you're supposed to be getting all these beautiful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, yet they add things like corn oil, soybean oil, cottonseed oil. They're putting caramel color. They're putting FD&C, food dyes and colorings, number 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever it is, so that the capsules look pretty. You think you're doing something right? You're spending money, you're investing in yourself, and you're ending up getting probably more toxins, chemicals, and inflammation than the benefit that you're really getting from the other supplements. So I highly recommend first change is try and get as much as you can through food. Now, if you know you're the person who's just not getting that much, I have some women I work with, they're like, I don't love vegetables. I'm not going to eat a wide variety of things. Tell me what else I can do to make sure I'm getting enough of that in. I have 2 of my absolute favorite things to add in. The first one is probably my most popular supplement. It's called Vibrant, right? Like the Vibrant Health Show. This is my signature Vibrant supplement. This is beauty support. This is for hair, skin, and nails. It has all of the vitamins we just talked about. It's chock full of antioxidants. It has olive fruit extract and bamboo leaf to really get that shiny texture in your hair, skin, and nails. This is a well-rounded inside-out beauty support that is not only good for hair, skin, and nails, but it's great just to support your body for energy, for inflammation. In fact, I have a lady who was on it for 2 or 3 months. And if you know me, you know I'm a big fan of not over supplementing. I do not want you taking handfuls of supplements. We want to be as minimal as possible. So I change them often for my ladies. We don't stay on the same protocols over and over again because we always want a variety. So on this last call, I was like, oh, well, you've been on Vibrant for a couple of months, so let's drop that and then we'll add in something else. She was like, doctor, don't do it. Don't do it to me. She's like, this is the best my hair has ever been. I feel so much better. She's like, I do not want to go without this because it's the first thing I've ever taken that I've actually seen an external reward for what I was changing. So I let her stay on it. She was not willing to come off of it. But it is one of those things that if you take it for a couple months in a row, you're absolutely going to start seeing some external benefit because it has so many great high quality things in there. So if you know you're not getting it from your food, highly recommend. And I'll drop the links below. And we're actually going to be doing a sale. I'll drop that link in the comment as well. If you're watching this live or within the week of the live, we do have a sale this week. If you're watching the replay a little bit later on, you might have missed the sale, but we always have them. Stay tuned. Something else will pop up for you. But I'll put those discounts down below. We're going to do a 10% site-wide sale on all of the supplements that I mentioned today. So you can try Vibrant at 10% off, my favorite supplement. The second one is if you know you're not getting enough B vitamins, if your ferritin is low, if you've had blood work and you have low ferritin, if your iron is low, if you know you're anemic, those are all things that really impact hair, skin, and nails dramatically, in addition to energy and all that other stuff. If you have dark circles around your eyes, if you feel like you always look really tired, good B vitamins are imperative for that. And the best source is organ meats. It's the most digestible, absorbable to your body. It's what your body actually understands how to use, way more than just taking a bunch of vitamins that have B in them. Getting them from a whole food source is going to be more beneficial. So I personally don't eat organ meat. I don't like it. I've tried it. I've really tried to, I want to like it, right? Because I know how many benefits there are. Can't bring myself to do it. I've tried. So I much prefer getting mine in a capsule form because I just know I'm not going to eat it. So if you're not going to eat it, you can get it in a capsule, and that's the glandular complex. And the combination of those two things, Vibrant and glandular complex, are my hands down favorite combo for all things beauty. That is the best way. Hair, skin, nails, energy, coloring in your skin, those two things together give you just about everything you need on a daily basis to make sure that you are adequately supported. So you'll get discount codes for both of those, or links to the discounts that we're running this week on both of the supplements if you want to give them a try. But you don't have to, right? If you're going to get this from food, if you're really going to make the commitment, that works just as well. Moving on, 3 more things I want you to focus on when it comes to hair, skin, and nails. Something I talk about probably every single video: hydration. Being well hydrated makes your skin look better, makes your eyes look brighter, gives you shinier hair. Hydration is so simple, but over and over again, when I talk to women, how many ounces of water are you getting? Oh, maybe 40 or 50. half your body weight in ounces of water every single day just to maintain hydration. If you are not getting half your body weight in ounces of water every day, you are dehydrated and there's not enough hydration left over in your body to give you that nice, plump, supple looking skin because it's all being used for other functions. Hydration is simple, it's free for the most part, and it's something a lot of people are not doing adequately. Focus in on making sure you're hitting your hydration goals every single day. Next, stress management. Stress ages you. Stress ages me. I certainly know. I can look back on pictures of stressful seasons in my life and I do not look good. I do not look healthy. I look older. I look just drawn and worn out. Managing your stress, using breath work, using grounding. Go back in this group, look at different videos. I have tons of resources to help you stress management wise. You've got to be implementing that. If you want to look healthy and vibrant, lowering your stress or your body's response to stress is one of, again, simple, easy, and free ways that you can commit daily. Stress management will make you look much more vibrant. Commit back to that. Next, we have, what do I want to teach you first? Let's talk about testing just because it's so important. Internal issues will have an external presentation. So in particular, if you have psoriasis, eczema, acne, blemishes, if you actually have skin breakouts or issues that you can visibly see on your skin, I highly recommend you get a stool sample. Bacteria, yeast, parasites, the fungus in the gut, an imbalanced gut microbiome presents as skin issues. Psoriasis, eczema specifically, but also acne and other blemishes. If your body is trying to push something out because there's an overgrowth, the skin is the easiest way for it to do that. So if you have struggled, especially if it's something that's just kind of popped up over the last couple of years, clearly your body's trying to tell you something, right? We have to listen. Your body's always giving you signs. It's always telling you what's going on. We just have to listen. Skin issues are a direct reflection of what's going on in the gut. So especially if you have skin struggles, a comprehensive stool sample looking to see if there's overgrowth, bacteria, yeast, parasites. Do you have digestion and absorption issues? Is the acidity in your gut not appropriate? That can really affect your skin. Really fixing that gut and that gut microbiome will give you such relief for your skin. It's amazing. That's exactly what happened to my husband. He started getting psoriasis later in life, so bad, head to toe, itchy, scratching all the time. Come to find out he had multiple infections, new, they've never been there before. These infections he got exposed to that were making that reaction in his skin. But also just for aging, for women who say, I feel like my skin's changed so much in the last couple of years, or my skin's so dry no matter how much water I drink. Those are all signs that clearly somewhere in that digestive system, you're not absorbing your hydration or your nutrients. Checking that is going to save you a lot of frustration and a lot of wasted money on supplements and things that might not work if your problem is that you actually have a gut issue. So stool sample when it comes to skin is probably my favorite test. And then also hormones and adrenals, especially if you're getting kind of acne or you feel like you're getting vaginal dryness and skin changes at the same time, that can be a sign that there's maybe some estrogen or progesterone deficiencies. So there can definitely be a hormonal component to that as well. But most of the time, if it's a skin problem, my first thing I'm thinking is we've got to check the gut, what's going on with the stool sample, and then be able to manage that appropriately so that your body doesn't have to push it out through the skin anymore. And then my last tip, there's so many great things you can walk away with right away today and start going. My last tip is 2 uses for apple cider vinegar. So we love apple cider vinegar as supplementation. I recommend you take a tablespoon every day before dinner. You can mix it in water. Some people are worried it will erode the teeth or have that burning sensation. It can be mixed in water, diluted down, but a tablespoon before every meal helps you absorb your nutrients better. It helps the acidity in your stomach so you can break down your food and get all of that benefit. So if you've yet to jump on the apple cider vinegar bandwagon, 1 tablespoon before each meal is highly beneficial. But you can also do an apple cider vinegar rinse once a week after you get out of the shower. So when you're in the shower and you're already wet, I actually leave a little bottle of apple cider vinegar in the shower. When I'm still wet, I rinse everything off. I'll take a little bit of that apple cider vinegar on my hands and I'll just put it over my skin. because the acidity really helps make like a barrier for your skin. You have a microbiome, just like you do in your gut. You have a microbiome on your skin, and the apple cider vinegar really helps maintain the microbiome for healthy, vibrant skin. It also avoids things that come into contact with your skin because the acidity helps you fight off bacteria and yeast and things that you're being exposed to. And it really does give you, it's almost like, you know how people go for acid peels on their face and body? It's like the very baby version of that, right? It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn, but it's giving you a similar effect. It's taking off dead skin, it's removing the layers, and it's giving you a beautiful barrier back. Again, super easy, very cost-effective. Apple cider vinegar is not expensive, and something you can do once a week just to help protect and preserve that skin, and then also taking it internally to help you digest and absorb your food. Those, my friends, are my top tips. There's so many more I could have shared with you, but those are my favorite things that I like to do for healthy hair, skin, and nails. I hope that taught you something. Like always, you're going to take at least one thing we talked about today and implement it immediately, whether that's food, adding supplements, hydration, apple cider vinegar, getting your gut tested, whatever that is for you. Take one piece of information and implement it immediately. Just listening to me won't heal you. Making those changes